because I realized I did not do so last night. So let's see if this updated. Let's check now. Yep, there we go. Schedule's updated. Good stuff. Sorry I didn't have that updated earlier. So busy with so much shit, guys. Seriously. So, okay. So, that's the schedule for the week. I hope that sounds good for you guys, okay? Outside of that, nothing too special going on. So, just fun streams every day. We're in the midst of multiple new releases. We're in the midst of retro. We're in the midst of so many fun things. I'm really excited. Even if the month of May ends up being kind of a dud, and there's nothing really going on in regards to like major new releases, I think we'll still be all right. Between all the stuff that we've got going on, the stuff that's on the back burner that I never got to, I think we're gonna have more than enough games and gameplay to hold us all over until new stuff actually starts coming out again. So I think we're all right. All right. One final thing before we start with the next segment of the pre-stream. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for 46 straight streams of support in regards to hitting the tips goal and continuing the Vest Fest or Vestival or Vest Streak or whatever you want to call it. Yes, it's official. 46 straight streams and climbing. Thank you guys very much for that. Again, this is never anything that I expected. This is not anything I really asked for. It just fell into my lap. The positivity of people supporting me constantly with the tips goal, and just because I have a vest that I started putting on because you guys asked me to, right? Pretty amazing, and I'm very grateful for it. And it still continues. It's crazy that it still continues, no matter what game I'm playing. This is pretty insanely positive. So thank you for that, guys. Will we see it continue today? I don't know. And I say this every day. I say, I don't know when it's going to end. All good things must come to an end. There's no way that this is going to continue indefinitely. Just not going to happen. But I am obviously very happy and grateful and excited. So thank you guys for everything. All the support recently has been amazing. And, let's just have a good stream. All right? Fair enough? All right, let's end to the second segment now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for 11 plus awesome years where I've been a content creator on the internet, and on a daily basis I've shared my gameplay experiences with all of you. I've really enjoyed sharing my passion for gaming with you for so long. I'm a lifelong gamer, and I'm one of the luckiest people because I get to do what I love for a living, right? My passion is my job, and not many people get to say that. I've been there with you if that's not your case. I've had many jobs that I didn't really enjoy, and I just did to make a buck. But now I get to do what I love for a living, and I'm super grateful for that. And I'm also super grateful that I get to continue to do my daily live streams during this pandemic. So many people have been negatively affected and not been able to work. I myself have been able to keep doing what I love, and so many people have come out and said, Phil, thank you for still doing this as consistently as you do. You are normalcy in our lives at a time when everything else is chaotic, and we use your streams as a way to come and escape all the stress and the chaos of what's going on in the real world. So thanks for that. And, all I can say is you're welcome. I'm super grateful that I'm able to do that and be here for you guys and be a place where we can hang out and have fun every day and just forget about all that negative crap. And the fact I can keep doing it every day is amazing. So thank you for coming and keeping up with the streams and hanging out with me and, just having a good time. That's what it's all about. So thank you for that. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm a full-time streamer. I've done this for about 3 years now, being a full-time streamer. I used to be a full-time YouTuber, and it was all about views and ad revenue, and that all fell apart and went by the wayside over the years of people messing with my YouTube channels and, of course, YouTube's adpocalypse. So now I'm a full-time live streamer, and I love what I do. I love the interactions we have, and I love the fact that I get to hang out with you guys basically every day. That being said, I rely on crowdfunding in order to make a living. It's you guys supporting the streams through your contributions every day that allow me to continue to do this full-time for a living. And I want to say thank you for supporting me in that way. All right? So, if you like the fact that I'm here 6 days a week, full-time live streaming, putting out entertaining gameplay streams for all of you. And if you like the fact that I archive all of these streams over on DSP Gaming every day, so if you don't have a chance to be here live, you can still get caught up with all the streaming and the playthroughs, and you want to see all this continue, all right, then please consider contributing in one of the following methods that I'm about to outline on the stream. But know something up front. My streams are 100% free. They always will be. And my streams are, well, okay. Contributions are not mandatory on my streams. Excuse me. I said it the wrong way. Contributions are not mandatory, nor are they expected. All right? When you come and hang out with me, that's enough for me. I just want to have a good time on stream. That's why I started doing, gameplay videos to begin with. Just messing around, having fun with games, and sharing that with everybody. I put out gameplay videos on YouTube for 2.5 years before I ever monetized a single one, and I only did so because I lost my office job and I needed a way to make money. I never intended to ever do this for a job. Right? Seriously, it just kind of fell into my lap. If I lost my ability to do this for a living, for whatever reason, I would continue to stream in a limited capacity, albeit probably very limited to what I do now, but I would keep doing it because I love it. I love hanging out with you guys and sharing gameplay and having a good social time, interacting with all of you. It's really fun and it's really positive and it's a great part of, my day. So, please understand that I'm not here to make a paycheck. That's not how this started and that's not why I keep doing it. It's my passion. But by all means, if you like what you see and you do want it to continue and you can support, please do. But understand that it's not required, it's not mandatory, it's not something that I'm going to hold you accountable for, okay? So thank you guys so much. My philosophy is if I'm putting out a good stream, an entertaining stream, a positive stream, a fun stream, contributions are going to come in. Support's going to come in naturally. I don't have to sit here and harp on it over and over the course of, a 4 or 5 hour stream. I don't have to keep asking for stuff. I just know that you guys are going to be supportive if you like what you see, right? And it's worked out. That philosophy has worked out, and I'm going to stick to it. So, all right. Now, if you are considering contributing today, please think about contributing in one of the following ways. First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. That's a monthly pledge campaign where your pledges earn you personal perks. All right, so please consider that. I'm not going to go into detail about it. It's all listed there publicly. But thanks to anyone who is a current patron of mine. I appreciate that. Check out my Teespring store. This is a merchandise store where I sell primarily t-shirts, but there's a few other things on there like stickers and hoodies and mugs. It's good quality stuff. I can attest to that because, it's stuff that I own. There's some of these I've actually owned for 2 to 3 years. These shirts, they haven't worn out. So give it a look. You buy something there, I get a little bit of benefit, helps me out, but you get a cool collectible out of the deal, right? If you're here live on the streams, chances are you probably want to contribute in a way on the stream that's going to get you maybe some recognition and some interaction with me. So either if you cheer with bits, or you subscribe to the channel, or you tip me. If you do any of those 3 things, I will give you a live shout-out thank you on the stream, okay? Pretty awesome. Now, please understand, if you would like a live thank you shout-out, please try to keep it in line with the stream rules. No giant paragraphs, no insulting things. Don't try to get me to say something that's going to get me in trouble on Twitch. No derailing of the stream, etc. It's pretty common sense. Most people get it, and the interactions we have are fun, and they are actually a major part of the positivity of the stream, so thank you for that. Now, excuse me. As you see at the top of the screen, there's a stream stats leaderboard that is there, okay? I periodically update that leaderboard for things such as the top tipper of the stream and the top cheerer of the stream. That way people can get even more recognition for their contributions. On top of that, there's another leaderboard, and that's built into Twitch itself, into your stream chats. And that tracks things like the top cheerers of the week, as well as people who've gifted subscriptions for the week. So there are many opportunities for people to get recognized in a positive way for contributions. And, again, thank you to anyone even considering contributing. Now, that being said, I just mentioned a bunch of ways to contribute, and you might say, well, what is the actual best way to contribute and help out Phil? The answer is very simple. It's tipping me. Because when you tip me, those are funds that I get immediately in the short term, and I can use to put towards very important things. In the next week, by the end of this month, I need to pay a bunch of tax bills. I need to pay my health insurance, among other things. All right. So that's what the tips help with. Plus, cost of operations. If I have to pay a utility bill, if I have to buy a game, if I have to go grocery shopping, that's what that pays for. Okay. So please consider tipping if you can. Now, please understand, I'm not looking at gift horse in the mouth. If you can't tip me, all right, and you want to cheer or sub or do another method of contribution, that's great. Those all help me as well, but those are more long-term benefit because those all have a delay before I get any positive benefit out of them, while tipping is immediate. See what I mean? So, if you can tip me today, if you have the option to choose to do so, please do. If not, by all means, if you want to contribute in another way, that's also greatly appreciated. All right? The other positive benefit of tipping is, of course, the vest streak. We're at a 46 stream streak. Okay? That's pretty crazy. 46 stream streak, guys. That's unprecedented amounts of support. I never thought in my wildest dreams that in one day I would be sitting here and telling you for 46 straight streams we hit a tips goal, just because of a silly vest that you guys asked me to start wearing as a way of saying thanks. That's crazy to me. But here we are, okay? So thank you. If we can keep that streak up, obviously that's a huge positive thing. And that makes me, happy to know that maybe we could keep it going. But obviously if we can't, I can't control that. I do know that all good things come to an end, and there's no way that we're going to keep it up forever. But hey, right now I'm just very grateful for all of your support recently. So thank you guys who contribute to that every day. And let's see if we can make it happen again on this very premiere stream of banjo-tooie. Okay? All right. So in regards to tipping, there's two ways you can tip me. You can either tip me by looking below the stream and looking at the tips jar button that you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat, and that'll bring up a link that you can click on to go to my PayPal tips page. All right, on that page, you can either tip me if you already have a registered PayPal account. If you don't, you can actually tip me with just a debit or credit card. But please know that those options for the debit or credit card may not show up right away. You may have to actually load the page in a full desktop browser mode in order to actually get that to show up. All right, so please understand that it's not. It may not be right in front of your face, but some people get a little confused. So just refresh it to desktop mode. All right, now as a public service announcement, everybody, I like my viewers to basically be protected. I want them to have a safe viewing experience. And I don't like the fact that sometimes people get harassed online for things that they watch or things that they do. And so I always give a little bit of a PSA on every stream to help you guys out and help protect you. All right, first of all, one major thing I strongly recommend. Here on Twitch TV, you do not want to have open direct messages or private messages because, sadly, they are abused constantly for things like harassment and spamming. And scamming as well. Someone harasses you through a DM. You're like, what the hell is this? I don't even know what's going on. Why are they sending me these nasty messages? Or they could send you a link and you have no idea what it is. You click on it. Next thing you know, these people have your IP address. All right. Not good, obviously. I recommend either turning direct messages off completely or setting it up so that only people who are located on your friends list can direct message you. That is an option. All right. So that's my number one suggestion for self-protection, okay? But number two, sadly, there are people out there who are malicious people who only get pleasure out of hurting others. These are not normal people like you and I who have productive, positive lives with friends and family members they care about and things that they want to build up positively. These are people who only revel in hurting others, taking down others, okay? I know that sounds bad because it is. It's true. These people are messed up, that they only think that the positivity is tearing down other people who have positive things they don't have. So they will actively look for people who are regulars on a stream, for people who are contributors on a stream, and they'll try to harass them. And you would be strongly surprised, I bet, if you actually took a look at the amount of personal information that all of us kind of put out there in public and how it could be utilized against you. Just think about, just on social media alone, you probably have your friends, certain family members, places you like to hang out, your interests, your dislikes, maybe where you work, all that stuff publicly listed, and it can be used against you in a very negative way. So, that being said, folks, what I always recommend is that if you're going to be on a stream like this and you're going to contribute, do it anonymously. Do it in a way that protects your identity so no one can tie any kind of a transaction to you, okay? So, for example, today, if you're going to cheer, do an anonymous cheer. Why not? If you're going to tip me as anonymous, or make up a name completely that has nothing to do with your real life name or your social media presence. That way, no one can tie that contribution to you and no one can harass you online for it, all right? I do this because I know there are people who've been harassed in the past. It's really messed up to think about it, but I'm looking out for you guys and I want you to be protected, so please understand that. And I'm looking out for you, and I hope that everything goes fine and, you know, no one ends up getting harassed as a result of a stream, okay? Fair enough? Okay. Moving on. The rules of the stream, everybody. I am streaming here on twitch.tv. This is a business. And that means, this means that sadly, Elon Musk, you literally just said a bunch of racist shit, and now you're banned. And you're a stream regular, and you know better. And then you said a racist thing. I don't care if you think it's a meme or not. You literally just said a bunch of fucking N-words in my stream chat. And now you're out of here. I can't believe it. I'm sitting here, right? And I'm just doing a normal pre-stream, and I look down, and this guy posted up a paragraph of N-words. What the fuck is your problem? Like, how stupid can you be? Oh my god. Well, you're banned. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really am. I'm shocked because I know Elon Musk likes to troll a bit, but usually he's fine. And all of a sudden he just does this. It's like, dude, like, are you that fucking dumb? I don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. People are so dumb. What did you think was going to happen? I was going to just let that slide. You say the N-word a million times. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you're a genius. Well, goodbye. Anyway, continuing on. I just don't know anymore. Continuing on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the rules of the stream. One of which was just violated, and that's why this guy's banned. Okay. So, all right, let me get back on track here. I have to abide by all the rules and regulations of Twitch.tv because I am on their business. I'm on their site, right? I'm using their business to stream myself, and therefore I can't just say and do whatever I want on my streams. I have to abide by their rules and regulations. All right? So, please understand that, okay? But in addition to that, I have my own set of rules that I have to abide by in order to make sure that I maintain what I like to call a chill vibe on my streams. Allow me to explain what that means. When you're here with me on one of my streams, I want you to be relaxed. I want you to be insulated from all the negativity and toxicity of your real life. I want you to feel like this is a place where you can unplug from the world and just come and hang out with me and have a good time. All right, that's the point. You know, I'm doing fun gameplay with commentary. I'm giving you my honest opinions on whatever game I'm playing. I'm interacting with the stream viewers. They're interacting with each other and me, and it's just a good time all around. I want to make a positive atmosphere here, all right? So what I'd like to do is maintain a vibe that will, number one, avoid any kind of negativity, and number two, unplug from the stresses of the real world for a while, because let's face it, the real world is really stressing all of us out right now, and we need a relief. We need a place to go where we can forget all that crap for a while, right? And that's what I'm going for with my streams. Fair enough? So that being said, I have some rules in effect that I feel actually help to maintain that kind of a vibe. The first is that we don't talk about politics and religion on my stream. I found in the 11 plus years that I've been a content creator on the internet, the topics of politics and religion, very sadly, just really start problems. People argue with each other. They can't get along. They go at each other's throats. And quite frankly, they just derail a gameplay stream. You know, there have been times when I've tried to talk about these things and immediately just everyone starts arguing with each other and attacking each other. It's like, damn, man. Well, I'm trying to maintain this relaxing vibe. I can't have that on my streams. Now, understand something. If we are playing a game and the game has political or religious, tones to it in the plot of the game, that's different. If we want to talk about it in relation to a game I'm actually playing, that's perfectly acceptable. But please don't derail the stream with talks of politics and religion that have nothing to do with the stream. It's not allowed, all right? Recently, I've expanded this criteria. We all know what's going on in the world with the coronavirus. We're all still on levels of lockdown in various places, depending on where we live. And in some places, it looks like maybe within the next few weeks, those restrictions will start to get lifted. Other places, not so much. But we all know what's going on. A lot of people are coming here to relax and not think about that crap, right? To have a good time and just kind of, okay, let me unplug from all that stress. The last thing we need is people talking about it all day constantly. I'm certainly not going to ban talk of it completely in my chat. That'd be ridiculous. But at the same time, I don't want my entire chat to be derailed by talking about this constantly. So please understand that, okay? Okay. And last but not least, guys, as I've already talked about, there are groups of people in this world who revel in hurting others. They get positivity and they get pleasure out of making other people hurt or suffer. I know that sounds messed up because for a lot of us, that's not the case. We're positive, fun people. We want to do productive stuff, positive stuff for ourselves and our loved ones. But for some people, they don't have that. Instead, they say, since I don't have what other people have, I need to now destroy other people who have it. So they sit around, they torture you with bullying, with slander, with all kinds of online harassment. Personally, I am sadly the subject of this for many, many years. There are people who have latched onto me and used me as a way to get over themselves on the internet, whether it's slandering me and my family members, harassing me and my family members, hurting me concretely and not caring about the consequences of how it hurts me, just so that they can put out stupid, rumor mill, controversy content constantly about me. All right? They basically get into nonsense in my personal life that has nothing to do with anything on the streams. All right? And because of that, it's pretty messed up. All right? Now, I know these people exist. On a daily basis, they're literally making shit up to try to get views and try to get attention. I don't pay attention to it. I'm here to put out fun gameplay streams for you guys. That's all I care about. That's all I've ever cared about. Please understand that bringing up that negativity and nonsense is against the rules. All right? And if you bring it up, sadly, you're going to get moderated appropriately. And I just want you to know up front what's going on. Not that anyone's blindsided, but that stuff is not allowed. All you're doing by bringing that up is, number one, you're killing the positivity of our stream, right? And then number two, you're bringing attention to people who don't deserve it. So that's why it's not allowed. Please understand that, all right? Now, final rule. This is a new rule I added recently. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand that if I choose to share something personal with you on a stream, a story about something going on in real life with me or my family, stuff like that, that's one thing. But it is off limits to try to be pulling up all kinds of information about my personal life on a stream and asking me all kinds of personal questions about, what I'm doing in my personal time, things that I have in my house, all kinds of shit like this, all right? Reason being, at one point in my life, I was very transparent. If you remember, the first, 5 to 6 years that I was doing, this as a living, I vlogged everything. DSP Tries It was in my house constantly. I vlogged everything in my house. I vlogged trips I did. I vlogged my personal life all the time. And people loved it. But sadly, over the years, people then used that stuff that I had made public as a way to hurt me. Whether it was using that information to actually, concretely impersonate me and do fucked up stuff behind the scenes or whatever. It's just really messed up, taking something in my house and saying that it's cost like $500 when it's a coffee maker that I bought for $100 years ago. It's pretty ridiculous, the shit that people have done and made up about me. And it's fucked up. It really is. So all that's come to an end. My streams are very much that, streams, and we talk about what's happening on the streams. And if we have personal conversations and I choose to reveal something private, that's different. But the stuff behind the scenes is off limits. And we're not going to be talking about that because people have basically, every moment's notice, found a way to make stuff that I talk about harmful to me. So this is just a rule now we're going to enforce. You start prying in my personal life, that's going to be the end of you. All right? I'm sorry. I can't anymore. I've done as much as I can to be nice and positive about it. But when people are just taking every little possible fucking thing that's ever been in a video of mine and using it as ammo to hurt me with slander, I just can't do it anymore. Okay? I can't. So please understand that and respect it. Okay, guys? All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the third and final segment of the stream, which is the shout-outs. This is where everyone talks a little bit. We interact. We have some fun. I do shout-outs for those who have contributed. And we have some fun conversation before we ever get to any gameplay to get some stuff out of the way. You know, you blow off steam, have some fun things to talk about before we jump right in. Okay? So first of all, Marty McFly tipped me $1.30 overnight and said, you stole my vest and dyed it boomer beige. Return it immediately. That's right. That's actually the official color of the vest. It's called boomer beige, which is funny because when I bought the vest over 10 years ago, the whole boomer meme thing didn't exist. So I don't know how they had the foresight to actually call it boomer beige and see that this whole thing would be going down in 2020. But there you go. Yes. Thank you, Marty McFly, for calling that out. You're absolutely correct. And thank you for your contribution. Now, we start up with Snow Carl, who tipped me $2 today and says, what's up, you sexy screwdriver? I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to mean. But thank you for a $2 tip and getting the tipping started today. I appreciate that. Okay. Snow Carl says that was not him. There's someone else impersonating him trying to get him in trouble by calling me sexy. So there you go. Kurosawa Kid tipped me $1 and says, are we cool now? I'll sweep your office for you. First of all, you can't sweep the office that has a carpet. That would be completely ineffective. Secondly, you wrote me a personal email to apologize for your behavior. And now we're cool. Just don't do it again. Because, you know, as they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I'm not going to put up with that kind of behavior again in my chat. Once you act like an asshole, after me directly saying, let's not talk about something, it's off limits, and then you did it, it is what it is. But now, let's hopefully you can behave. Okay? Now, Kurosawa Kid says that dollar tip wasn't him either. Really? Wow. Well, Kurosawa Kid, you're back anyway, and hopefully you behave now. L Joker 303 resubscribed for 7 months and says you should wear a dress for Halloween. All right, fair enough. I'll be wearing a giant ball gown on Halloween, of course. Freddie B did a 3,000 bit cheer. Damn, thank you for that. He says, promise me to always share your gaming experiences forever. Well, I don't think I can make that promise because I'm not going to live forever. At one day I'm going to pass away, and that'll be the end of it. But for as long as I can, and as long as I'm able, and as long as I keep enjoying this, I will keep sharing my gameplay experiences. Okay. Sundance McGee resubscribed for 4 months in a row. Thank you, Sundance McGee. I appreciate that. Snow Carl did a 50-bit cheer. And he says, how come you've started doing most of the cooking at home recently? Is Kat tired after work doing the Crisis, or are you enjoying it? I'm not doing most of the cooking at home. I don't know what you're talking about. I think like once a week I cook. Seriously. I would say the exception was this week because I did the pot of Italian sauce, and then also I cooked yesterday. But no, usually I'm not. Usually she cooks most days. Today she's cooking. Tomorrow, in fact, she's cooking every day for the rest of the week now. Yeah. It was 2 days where I cooked, and now she's cooking every other day before she goes to work. So, there you go. Philly Buckeye cheered and says, Donkey Kong 64 being bottom of the barrel, I see what you did there. Yeah, it is bottom of the barrel. The literal gaming barrel. Terrible. All right. Lord Sinister did a 100-bit cheer. He says, bro, regardless of any kind of mass opinion, I respect you and all the trash you've dealt with and having the balls to tell your story. Lord Sinister, here's the funny part about that. You say mass opinion, right? But the truth of the matter is, it's not a mass opinion. Most people don't know who I am. And a lot of people who know who I am say that's the guy who's been around for 1,000,000 years and he's been through crazy ups and downs and drama. Are there a lot of people who over dramatically, say shit about me on a daily basis so they get personal benefit out of it? Yes, absolutely. But it's not a consensus mass opinion. It's a bunch of shitheads on YouTube who propagate conspiracy theories. And sadly, YouTube pushes their filth to the front, which is really dumb. And, a lot of people over the years have said, why can't I do anything about it? Well, because I can't sue YouTube. Not going to work. I don't have money to sue these conspiracy theory nuts for defamation. I can't do anything about it. I'm basically just every day I'm attacked, right? But the truth of the matter is, how would I still be here? How would I still be here if the majority of people thought that I was like some villain? I wouldn't. The thing is, the people who actually watch my content and come to the streams to hang out know that it's all bullshit. They're here having fun with me every day. And they're like, I don't know what the fuck these idiots are talking about. 90% of the stuff that they say never happened at all. The other 10% is complete nonsense that they fabricate based off of some little thing that did really happen. And they blow it out of proportion to try to basically get drama for themselves and get views on their own shit. So there is no mass giant consensus. If you want to talk about the little drama queen bitches on YouTube who all they do is put out drama videos, yeah, they all talk about me negatively because they make money off of it. But outside of that, most people who watch my stuff like me and like my stuff. And most other people just don't care. You know, they don't even know that I exist. I'm small potatoes. So it's not that big of a deal. Trust me. In regards to like, oh my God, the world hates you. They don't. Most people don't know who I am. And I have a nice fan base of people who like what I do, and I'm very happy with that. So don't worry too much about that. Thank you for the cheer. Snow Carl took me $1. Said, do you think fizzy drinks taste like fairies? I get the feeling this is not Snow Carl again, but thank you for the $1 tip. Kurosawa Kid tipped me $5 and says, definitely agree the best Final Fantasy is the open world. What's your favorite area in the original game? I'm trying to remember because I haven't played it in so long, but I definitely remember, excuse me. I definitely remember once you get to like Cosmo Canyon and stuff like that, I like the game a lot more. And I also remember the open world exploration later on. There's a lot of fun side questing and things you can do. There's a lot of unique bosses later on in the game. So I can't 100% say, oh, this is my favorite part, because I've only played the game through 3 times, and the last time was in the first half of the 2000s, and I can't really remember the specific things in the second half of the game that I liked that much. But, you know, by the time I'm 70 years old and we're playing the final part of Final Fantasy VII, maybe I'll be able to tell you. Excuse me, the Final Fantasy VII remake. Because as I said to you guys, what I'm considering doing is later this year, once we beat this remake, maybe much later in the year, so summertime when things are dead, maybe we'll actually play the real Final Fantasy VII to see the whole story, right? Okay. Super Batcat tipped me $5.50. Thank you, Super Batcat, number 1 for the tip, and number 2, that is the biggest tip of the day. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. I'm sure some people were wondering why I wasn't updating the top tipper, and that's why, because I knew Super Batcat was coming up. All right, Man of Orange tipped me $1 and says, been watching you since Fallout 3. Awesome. Started watching when I was 15. I'm now 26. Dude, that's crazy, you know. Very few people, I think, can say that they were watching me in like 2008 or 2009, and they're still watching me today. Because I doubt that many people have followed me for that long and had that long standing of a fan base. You know, I'll be honest. I used to watch content creators like Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic, and I watched them very, very dedicated of a manner. Like, I watched every video they put out, every piece of content. I loved it. Then when I became a content creator, that all went to the wayside. It was more about just focusing on me and my stuff and putting out content every day, and I stopped watching them, you know, and I was one of their biggest fans, you know. So I understand how people can move on. You get busy with your own life, you move on with your stuff, and so for someone to say that you've been watching me for 11 years is pretty goddamn crazy in my opinion, but thank you. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Gokai Blue resubscribed for 14 months. Thank you very much, Gokai Blue. I appreciate that. Proficient Fox did 100-bit cheers says you missed a good Sonic game called Sonic Heroes. You should play it one day. I've actually heard people over the years tell me that Sonic Heroes is a really good game. But I don't know if it's ever been remade. Has it ever been remade for like a modern console? You know, I don't know if it would even be easy to play. If it was really an old game from back in the day, how would you play it in the modern day, you know? I don't know. But I would definitely consider it if people really want to see me play it, if there's a way to actually do it. Okay? Thanks for the cheer. Snow Carl cheered. Says, can we congratulate Lamb Razor, who got a new job. What a legend. All right, well, congratulations to Lamb Razor on the new job. Pull Up 000 or 000. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for that. Ace did a 50-bit cheer. It says a few weeks ago, I posted on Twitter that at this point in time, I'd rather pay $15 for the original Final Fantasy VII rather than spending $60 on the remake, knowing that I'll have to pay $120 for the other two parts to come out to experience the full story. Ever since then, people took it as if I'm saying that the remake is terrible. Oh well. As is what happens with anything that you criticize in the modern era, fanboys have to attack you for criticizing what they like, right? The thing is, you didn't even say that you didn't like the game. Obviously, you didn't play it. How can you say you didn't like it, right? What you're saying is, if the game's already out and I can play the entire story for $15, why would I pay $180 to play the same game? Now, obviously, I'm going to be honest here, it's not the same game. The combat, drastically different. The graphics, insane. Just so good. The music, outstanding. They took all the original music and remixed it to sound really awesome. And if anything, you know, my one major criticism of the game so far is that it's just linear. It's 100% linear. I'm in, what, chapter 13 of 18 or something? And there hasn't been a single moment where the game has really led itself to exploration. Even the side quests, it's like talk to an NPC, and the NPC tells you exactly where to go to do the side quest, and you go do a generic fight, and then you're back, and it's over, right? So, in that regard, you know, people who are looking for old school Final Fantasy stuff, oh, I like Final Fantasy because you get to explore and do open world combat. It doesn't exist at all in this game, okay? And a lot of people are speculating that in the future installments, it's going to be more of the same. They're going to take out all those segments of the game where you used to be able to do that kind of exploration for the fact that they want to make it more polished and streamlined. And because of that, they're going to not allow it. It's going to be just linear the whole time. That's my major criticism of the game. Outside of that, I think the game's outstanding. And I have been having a lot of fun with it. So I can understand where you're coming from. At least in the regard that, you know, oh, you got to pay $180 for it. Hey, at least that's not going to be a 20 to 40 hour, $180 experience. You're talking, you know, each game being around 40 hours. So you're talking 120 gameplay hours for $180. So I can definitely see both sides of the fence. And I actually respect your ability to kind of stand up and be honest when everyone is attacking everyone for this stuff, you know. So thank you for the cheer. Ryan did a 120-bit cheer. He says, Phil, hope you have a great day. Good luck on Banjo. Thank you very much, Ryan. Yeah, looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. So it's something very different from the other stuff I've been playing recently. Go Gadget Vest. Tip me $4.20. It says Vest is best. Thank you very much to Go Gadget Vest for a $4 tip. Gets up to $19 in tips so far today. A great start for sure. Mr. Jackson 2002 tipped me $5. He says, if you hit the vest goal 100 times in a row, will you perform your Sonic song live on stream? I don't think asking me for musical things is a good idea. If you've heard recently, my voice has been all fucked up because of allergies. And this happens every year. And then it ends up taking me like a month or longer to get back to like normal and not having this issue. So, probably not. Now, if we hit 100 vest streak, 100 streams, which would be insane. That would be like another 50 streams, another month basically, right? Would I consider doing something special? Yes, absolutely. I don't know what it would be, because in reality, it would be more dependent on this lockdown and what's going on. Because like I said, I would like to go out and maybe get other vests and other things I could do to celebrate, but I can't. There's nothing open right now, right? So I guess we'll see what happens moving forward, but I would like to do something special. If we hit 100 vest streak, which by the way is a long ways off, and I'm not expecting that. I'm definitely thinking at some point between now and then, this thing's going to come to an end. But if we hit the 100 vest streak, yes, I will do something special to celebrate. What? As of yet, I can't tell you. We got to see what happens. Okay? All right, Lord Sinister did a 100-bit cheer and said positivity, and then did another 200-bit cheer and said, hey, Phil, disregard those people. You're still a legend, bro. Basically, he's talking about the people who I was talking about, you know, who drag me through the mud every day. All right. Thank you very much, Lord Sinister. Bull Finder tipped $1, so they're looking for a bull. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Elon just tipped $1, says, I'm sorry, my ban is well deserved. I'll send you an email. Hopefully you'll forgive me and let me back into the community. Well, I mean, you're an idiot. Why would you think that saying the N-word repeatedly in the stream chat was going to be allowed? What are you doing? Serious? I don't even care if it was, oh, what was a meme I copy-pasted? Well, you're an idiot then. You know? Seriously, what the fuck, dude? Philly Buckeye Charity said, Donkey Kong 64 being bottom of the barrel and monkeys in a barrel. That's right. Snow Carl tipped $1 and said, what do you want to be when you were a kid? When I was a kid, there were various things I wanted to be. I was heavily into superheroes and cartoons, so of course I wanted to be a superhero. But then I was like, well, they don't really exist. All right, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a cop. I want to be an army man. I want to fight for freedom. I want to protect the people. I want to be the, the golden boy superhero, right? The goody two shoes. That's what I thought when I was a kid, which most kids think. At least in the 80s, that's how most kids thought. Okay. What the hell's going on here? Oh, Kurosawa Kid to the dollar said, did you and Kat play board games? Yeah, I talked about that in the past. That Kat and I, a couple years ago, we're doing stuff that were a little different during our days off. We wanted to kind of stay home and relax a little bit instead of having every single week be us rushing out and about when we had our day off, so we would play some board games and stuff together. But that was a while ago. The OG Rascal did a 100-bit cheer. And he says, did you feel any shame in losing your virginity in college? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, OG Rascal, did you not hear the rules of the stream? Where we don't go behind the scenes and pry into my personal fucking life? So don't ask stupid shit questions like that. And by the way, it's not even correct anyway. You better watch what you say or you're going to get banned because you're an idiot. Philly Buckeye tipped me $1 asking about my virginity. Great. I just said that. So you say it again, you're banned. All right? Boy, people are stupid. And by the way, like I don't know that the two of you are sitting in a detractor stream who's probably restreaming me talking about those topics. How else would you both magically think about it and say it at the same time? Do you think I'm stupid? Dumb fuck. Okay. Bionichute to me $1 and says, please unban my current account. That's not how it works. If you want to be unbanned, you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com and tell me the situation. Let me know what's going on. Tell me your account name. I'll look into it. Or you can contact any mod behind the scenes, and the mod will talk with mod staff to consider it as well. Lord Sinister cheers. His last thing for me here. Any chance of seeing you in fighting game tournaments after the virus has done its thing? Probably not, because I don't really care about competitive fighting games, and there's no current fighting game that's considered a newer game that I would want to play at a competitive level. I just don't like the current slew of games that are out there. So I really don't think there's going to be any opportunity to do that. Okay? Fair enough? I don't really care about it, being honest. PW Dubs cheers. This quick question. Will you and Snow Carl do a co-op stream? No. Real Snow Carl this time to the $1 says, what toys did you play with as a child? I didn't play with toys. I played with knives. I basically had giant machetes, and I would swing them around like Edward Scissorhands, inadvertently chopping things around me. So, I didn't have many friends. The friends that I did have, had a few missing fingers. Oh, my God. PW Dubs cheers. Will you host Snow Carl? No. Snow Carl cheered. He says, we don't want a vest. We want the vest. I think I speak for chat when I say we don't want a new one. That's not true. People have actually said we would like variety. Can we do something different? Can you surprise us every once in a while with something special? So we'll see about that in the future. Ford died the 4th. Tipped $1 and said, when are you going to get a mute switch? Never. Judicious Echoes tipped me $1. Says, I'm excited for Banjo. They released the sales figures for Final Fantasy VII Remake in Japan and did very poorly. Really? It did poorly in Japan. What do you think is the reason? Are Japanese waking up to shitty games? I don't know. First of all, I don't think the game's shitty. And second of all, I heard the game did quite well worldwide. I think the ports were like 3.5 million or something like that, which is really good sales for a game that's a remake. So they were actually, they thought that it had kind of exceeded their expectations. I didn't hear that it did poorly in Japan, so I have no clue. I don't know what's going on in Japan, different from the rest of the world. You know, we're all going through the same thing right now, so damned if I know, right? Anyway, that makes us get up to $32 in tips here. Ace cheers to the recent ban is something I don't understand with folks nowadays. People like to bring up the freedom of speech as a way to test results of a stream, or rules of a stream. Oftentimes, they complain that streamers are too strict because they don't allow certain words or statements to be said. Be respectful. If you're banned for saying something insensitive, that's on you. Yeah, like, you know, saying the N-word a bunch of times. What did you think would happen? Someone impersonating Kurosawa Kid tipped $1 asking me about personal shit that I'm not going to answer. Trying to get Kurosawa Kid in trouble. And I know that's not really them. So I'm just going to ignore that. Okay? Okay. Thrillup3 did a 300-bit cheer and said something really stupid and disgusting. So I'm going to ban them. Here we go. There we go. OG Rascal cheers. I'm making conversation. There's no detractor streams going on I'm aware of, but if virginity is a touchy subject, I won't bring it up. You're an idiot, OG Rascal. No, I mean that. You're actually an idiot. Literally in the rules this morning, I said I'm not talking about personal shit from my past anymore because people use it against me. And then you ask something like that. So you are a moron, and everyone now is laughing at you, and you're just going to have to live with it. Sorry. PW Dub Series says, are you all right? You sound a little angry. I'm not angry at all. I wish my throat wasn't, you know, semi-swollen still and gunked up. I'm really annoyed by this. I don't like having to clear my throat every couple minutes. It's really fucking annoying. But outside of that, I'm actually perfectly fine. I'm very much looking forward to Banjo today. Ryan cheered. He says, ignore the troll tips. They're just trying to get you riled up. Sorry it's happening. You're absolutely right, Ryan. 100%. You are correct. All right, someone impersonating PW Dubs tipped $1. Tried to get him in trouble. And pretty funny because I know PW Dubs how he tips. He doesn't tip like this, so you're an asshole. Crabcock cheers. I don't understand the virginity joke. What's going on? I don't know either. I don't care. Stupidity is stupidity, right? Bionichu tipped me $1 and said that I've actually already emailed you in regards to unbanning. All right, sounds good. Thank you for the $1 tip. I'll give that a look in a bit. Raisin bread is tasty. Cheers. As a former comic book fan, what do you think about the American comic book industry falling apart under all the corona stuff? It seems like they won't recover. Really? Well, first of all, I'm going to be honest. I'm incredibly shocked and surprised that they still even exist because everything's digital now. You know, in the 80s and 90s, comic books were huge. The internet didn't allow you to disseminate things like pictures immediately. So, you know, comic books were all the rage. You wanted to get the latest publication and collect it, and people thought that were going to be worth money someday and stuff. It was this big fad. In the late 90s, when the internet hit, people stopped really caring that much about physical collections. And I was one of them. I was like, well, that's that. So I basically stopped reading comics. I know there were people who were still following along comics online in various different ways. But, you know, I'm surprised to hear that the comic book industry was even still thriving or existing in the modern era. Like, are people still buying physical copies of these comic books? Comic book stores have gone out of business. They don't exist anymore. While they were thriving in the 90s, they literally don't exist anymore. So, how were these companies staying, you know, in business to begin with? I don't know. But the coronavirus basically shut down most physical publications. Most people don't even care about getting physical anything anymore. So I don't know if that's really a big deal and they weren't doing digital distribution. I don't know what else to say. You know, that's going to be the end of that. But again, I'm not educated on the subject. I can't really speak to it because I haven't followed comic books in some 20 years. So, okay. Let's see here. OG Rascal cheered and says, I'm less inclined to contribute if you. And then he cut off his statement. Well, that's great. You know what, OG Rascal? Then just don't contribute at all. Don't. If you're going to say stupid shit and you're going to violate the stream rules, you probably shouldn't contribute at all since you're going to get banned sooner rather than later anyway. So I'm sure we'll all miss you and we'll cry a single tear of sadness when you know, your constant violation of the stream rules goes away. Yeah. And somebody had to meet tipped me $5. He said, I love me so banjo-tooie. Lots of backtracking and more complex levels. All right, well, I'm certainly used to backtracking from Donkey Kong 64. Complex levels I'm okay with, so this should be fun. I think it's going to be fun. Dinosaur, Jerry said, what's up, Phil? Fuck all the stupid idiots. Don't let them get to you. Thank you, Dinosaur. Philly Buckeye, cheers. I'm not trying to get political. When Marvel's new big series of comics have heroes named Snowflake and Safe Space, it's hard to sell comics. Well, there you go. Very nice. All right. So, let's do some shout-outs for the top cheers of the week so far, because the week is still young. It's only Friday, right? We still got the weekend. The Union of Babyman Gaming is in 10th place. Snow Carl is in 9th place. Sundance McGee is in 8th. Mr. Papavera is in 7th. Kurosawa Kid in 6th. Ninstar Rune in 5th. Dinosaur in 4th. Sambuca in 3rd. Shadow the Hedgehog in 2nd. And Freddie B in 1st. Thank you, guys. Wow, excuse me. Shout out to the following people who gifted subs to the channel for the week. Philly Buckeye, Orange X Juice, and Kameshar all gave 1 sub. Star St. Mark gifted 5. My favorite Jordy Quotes gifted 5. And Beastbot has gifted 7. So thank you guys for your support. PW Dubs, thanks for the cheer, but we're not talking about bullshit. Okay. I think it is time to end the pre-stream and take a short break. When I come back from the short break, it's time to start up with my banjo-tooie playthrough, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if I like the game and go from there, okay? Very nice. All right, I'll be back shortly, everyone. Thanks. Be a little bit patient, and then we shall begin. See you in a sec.